Hey, it's Josh from Vacuums R Us in Colorado, and today we're going to be doing a belt replacement on a Royal Shampooer. These came in a number of different models. I believe all of those models started with 7. This one is orange and black. It was marketed as a commercial unit. They also had a model which had blue trim that was identical to this, with the exception of color. And they also had one under the Dirt Devil brand, which was owned by Royal at the time. The product is fully discontinued. Almost nothing is available. If you're watching this video because you're looking for this tank, give up now, move on with your life. You will never find it. If I had 100 of these, I would retire. There's nothing available except for the belt. Interestingly, these use a Dirt Devil style 4-5 belt, and they're relatively easy to replace. We're going to do that real quick. Customers described symptom is that the brushes are not spinning. I turn the brushes. I do feel tension, but they feel pretty locked up. So I think what's going on here is the brush is likely, the brush motor is likely turning on and then burning up the belt because they just need to be taken out and cleaned up. So we're going to go ahead and do that. All right, before we start this repair, disclaimer time. This video is for informational purposes only. These repairs should only be done by factory authorized technicians in vacuum stores. If something goes wrong here, I am not responsible for any issues that might arise. If the vacuum becomes sentient and eats your cat, not our problem. Seriously though, watch the entire video. A lot of these repairs are very difficult. Make sure you're confident in performing this repair before you start, because the last thing in the world you want to do is take this machine apart and then bring it into a repair shop because you couldn't complete the repair. Many repair shops, like ours, will not accept machines once they've been messed around with. So make sure you can do this before you start because you're in it to win it. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the front nozzle as well as our tanks. I'll link to the belt in the description below so that you can order that. There's a belt replacement diagram right here that shows you how the belt goes on. So if you get lost, you'll have that for you. So I've got 2 screws right here, which is going to give me access to the belt. These are simple Phillips head screws. This is back before the days where manufacturers were doing everything they could to keep you from repairing your stuff. That will pop right off. You'll see that the belt is currently on. Not a bad idea to take a picture of it if that's the case for you. You can also see that the belt is incredibly worn. And I've already turned the machine on. This brush motor does work. It just needs a belt. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this off. All right. And I felt some tension. Yeah, there's some tension there. There's some tension there. I'm going to pop these brushes out real quick and clean them out real quick. See if there's anything wadded up. So I've just got 1 screw, 2 screws. Okay, so after you've taken the screws out, you can slide the brush this direction until your pulley hits the end cap here, and it will slide out of right there. And then you can drop it down. This will pop off, this end cap will pop off, and then you can slide the whole shebang out in this direction. So I'm doing that because I want to have access to this end right here. This is where I can feel I've got some work to do. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this to the sink and I'm going to hose this out really good, and I think I'm probably going to get all of the debris that's in there, that's wadded up in there, out. I can feel it's a little stiff, so there's a little debris in there. Okay, so I washed this out and it spins completely free now. There was just some debris in there. That'll help to prolong our belt life. I'm going to take out the next one, and I noticed I already pushed it out a little bit, and it's not dropping down because the metal, this piece, is stuck inside of the housing, just from debris and stuff. There we go. Now it's loose, and so I should be able to, there we go. I'll take that off. Pull this out. I'm going to do the same thing with this. It's a little bit, it's not really stiff. I'm going to hose it off since I got it off. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to slide these back through. Doesn't matter which goes on which, by the way. They're both the same. Put my end cap back on, which spins freely. And these are hex. So they only go in one way. My end cap on. Line that up. And now my end cap over here is going to need to be pressed back on. So this end cap here, when I was washing it, I pushed it off. I need to press that back on. There we go. Now they're both in there. I can screw them back in, no biggie. All right, so now I'm going to put the new belt back on. I'm going to start from the motor end because that's the tightest end. I'm going to put it around the motor, and then it goes around the outside of these two guide pulleys. Okay, and then it goes on the top of the back brush roller, and then finally it's going to wrap 100% all the way around the front brush roller. And that's how we're going to work. These things were cool because the brushes rotate in opposite directions of each other. One rotates one way, one rotates the other, which was unique to them at the time. They were competing head-to-head with a Bissell product, which also had two brushes, but they both spun in the same direction. These are great shampooers. Most likely, I'm assuming you probably got it from a vac shop because we were the only ones selling these. We were the only ones that knew they existed. Till they got bought out, sold to Tektronix Industries out of Hong Kong, at which point they discontinued everything they'd ever made that was of any value. So this one's up and running. Put this back on. Again, 2 screws on the way back in. Moment of truth. You notice I slipped for a little while, probably because my brush pulleys were wet. And also sometimes when you install the new belt, everything's just kind of got to set in where it needs to be. So I let it was spinning pretty good off and on, so I let it run until the belt set in. So we're good to go. Another happy customer. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, follow, whatever you do with social media to make it so that we get paid, just do that because it'd be cool to get paid. Or buy the belt from us. That would be cool too.